You won't believe what we bought in the coin shop. This is something we've never done before, at least all together. You got to watch this video. So first, I asked Dad, what would you do with $500 in 1934? And of course, Dad was born in 1934, so he's still in diapers, so he really couldn't answer it. But I bought a 1934, a couple notes that are extremely high denomination, and we're going to take a look at those in this video, as well as something else that's extremely rare that I've never bought in the coin shop. It's just something that has never come in, and something that I've probably never bought. And I never really thought of that, but when it comes down to it, I can't remember ever buying one of these. So let's take a look at what I'm talking about. So first off, here is the $500 note, and I am going to take it out of the holder. It's a really good condition. You don't see these very often. I've owned a $500 note before, but I've never bought it in conjunction with another note that I'll show you at the end of this video, so stay tuned to watch that. I'll show you something that's really amazing. It really is. So this is a 1934. It's a $500 note, obviously, and probably looks like it's in very good condition. These notes can go for upwards of $2,000 like this. It's one of those things could be sent off for grading possibly. But yeah, it's really cool. So I asked Dad that. I handed this to him and I said, what would you do with $500 in 1934? And he's like, well, I really couldn't do a whole lot. But anyways, he said in the 1940s, though, I could have, I said, you bought a bunch of candy. So anyway, that's really cool to be able to purchase something like that in the coin shop here. Now, someone shipped it to me from another state, watches my videos, as usual. It's hard to find that stuff in a small town like that. It's here, but it's, one of those things you don't see very often. Then here is a 1921 peace dollar that came with the same collection there. And it's cleaned, but it looks like it's AU. And then we have a 28 that's definitely cleaned. And a little bit of damage on it there too, but a key date nonetheless. You always look for the mint mark down here. Sometimes there'll be S there, and it's not as rare. It's Philadelphia mint. And this is a recent submission. I sent 2 of these off just to get them in a grade and make sure that everything was good with them. So it's a 1914D, fine 15. I sent it off to, I know it's a little better than a G, so I wanted to get in the holder. I like sending off the keys and semi-keys. I think it's better to have them in a holder. Then this one here, since it was cleaned, it's hard to, sometimes when they're cleaned, it's hard to authenticate. There's nothing wrong with sending off key dates like this. And this one's in very fine, clean. You're talking about a coin that's probably going to be worth around $1,000 or $1,200. And it retoned, but unfortunately you can tell. And I had this I showed the image in a previous video on taking pictures of coins. And you can definitely tell that it has been cleaned, but it's retoned, so it's not too bad. Not a bad looking coin at all. Then we received the nicest wood chopper note I've ever bought in the coin shop. The problem is that I think this was messed with. I don't know whether it was ironed or washed or what happened to it, but when I took it out of the holder, which you have to do, I mean, it's very important. You've got to keep clean hands, but you got to handle these. You got to look at them, no pinholes. But it seems like there might have been a little bit of a fold at one time. Maybe someone ironed it or something. Something's different about it. It's not, I can't call it mint state. I have to call it AU, but it is very nice. It's a really nice note, though. I mean, you just don't see them in this condition. So probably I'll put it up on the site for what I want to sell it for. If it doesn't sell, then I'll probably send it off and have it graded by PMG, and we'll just see what it is. But this is something else. Look at this. 1882 Proof 63 trade dollar. I've never bought a proof trade dollar in the coin shop here. I don't know why. It's just one of those things that it's just never, no one's offered it. No one's brought one in to sell. No one's sent me a message except this one here. It's a little dark, which is typical. That is really cool to be able to purchase something like that in this shop here, to be able to handle coins like this. An 1882 proof. It's nice. Then here it is. Then I asked Dad, what would you do with $1,000 in 1934? And he's like, his eyes kind of lit up a little bit because I mean this is $1,000. I mean, can you imagine what you could buy in 1934 in this little town? I mean, you could, there's a lot of things that you could purchase with $1,000, but who had $1,000 notes back then? That's a lot of money. So anyway, this is another one that came in. This appears to be, I don't know, it could be extra fine. I don't know. Probably need to be sending these off for grading just to make sure. I'm not on, like I said, it's one of those things where you get more out of these if they're graded because then there's no question about the condition. Sometimes you miss repair. Sometimes you miss that someone did something to it. But it doesn't penalize notes as bad. Like pinholes will. Missing pieces will. This one doesn't have anything missing on it. It looks like a really nice solid note. And I'm very glad that I was able to purchase this. And just it's very rare to see $500 notes in this shop, let alone 1,000. So there's a few first. So it's very rare to see $1,000 note come in a shop. And so you've seen three first. The first proof trade dollar, then the first $1,000 note in the shop, and then the highest grade, or at least the nicest wood chopper, $5 wood chopper. So that's really cool. That's something else. So thanks for watching my latest video. I appreciate it. Also, if you are interested in any of these, go to portsmouthcoinshop.com and I have them up there so you can take a look at them. So please like, share, and comment, and have a great day.